Hey, running this three-peat on this wonderful Friday morning, y'all. Before I go get my hair retied, I am literally off to get my hair retied after I finish this review. I did Sisters first, then I did Love at the Lockup. Here I am to finish it out with Married to Medicine. And that's it for the week. I get a break tomorrow. Yeah. Married to Medicine season 11, episode 3. What's this title? Saddle up, cowgirls. Saddle up. The episode starts with Quad and they're making the perfect little fried eggs. Talking about she making breakfast for her and King. I said, what the rest of the breakfast? Is the bacon in the oven? Is the fruit already cut up in the fridge? Where are the pancakes? All I see is some eggs. Like, where is the rest of the food? So he calls and he's like, hey, come outside, I need some help. She's like, boy, you got the key, like, come on in. He like, nah, I need some help. He got her a new Rolls Royce. I said, yes, ma'am. And I'm wondering if the order of this is out of order, if he got her the Rolls Royce first and then she drove around to invite the girls to her party. No. Yes. Possibly. Yeah. No, because when he brought her to Rolls Royce, they were talking about the party. So no, this is in the correct order. But it looks like it's the same one, so it must have been one of the rentals. And he like, oh, you like it? It's yours. Take that out the lineup. It's my baby's now. Okay. I said, come through, Mr. Luxury Cab. Call a cab service. That's the first thing that popped in my head. I can't be the only one. It was like a luxury cab. Call a cab or something, whatever it was called on BAPS when they was talking about they wanted they car services when they wanted to be luxury cars, and this is literally what King does. So that's every time he pop up on the screen, that's what be popping up in my head. So he tells her to go to the trunk. He got her some Louis as a new luggage. He said, we've been to Paris 3 times. Your luggage hurt. You can't be riding me like that. So they got some new Louis luggage. Okay. They seem very happy. He came in and got all comfy in her confessional, and she's all giddy and smiley and just a little mush of emotions. It's really cute to see Quad like this because we've never seen Quad like this. She was never like this with Dr. G, okay? So yeah, it's cute. It's cute. It's cute on her. We see that she is ready to have a baby. We saw the production asked her, okay, would you have a baby with him? And then we see it flash to her going to the doctor, and the doctor was telling her, yeah, you need to do this sooner than later. If you planning on freezing some eggs, and I'm sure they will freeze your eggs, but Quad is past 40. They're probably not even trying to freeze some eggs. They're probably trying to retrieve them and go ahead and put them right on in her or in the surrogate. So, yeah. My mama was like, she need to be trying to get married first. I said at 43 and wanting a baby, she finna have that baby first. She probably gonna have that baby first. Or at least start the steps. At least get some eggs in the freezer before getting married. Next we see Toya and her son. Was it Avery? One of the boys, I think it was Avery, go to Dr. Eugene's new wellness office. And I saw a few months ago on Instagram where he finally opened up the wellness office. When did we first see this? I know she been talked about this years ago. She been telling him to do this when they had Nomad MD. You remember that? When they was making like house calls for people in the neighborhood and didn't really want to go to the emergency room. If it wasn't like emergency, it was just like, my kid got bit by a bee. You know, they got stung by a bee. You know, little minor stuff like that. And she was telling him, y'all need to do a brick and mortar. Y'all need to do Botox. Y'all need to do the IV shots. Toya been telling him this. She said, I work for Pfizer and who else she say? Procter and Gamble doing marketing. Like, I'm a marketing guru. He needs to listen to me. I said, ooh, talk your mess then, girl. Talk it. They talking to the son about puberty and hormones and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, you about to go through puberty and then you're going to start having wet dreams. And the son said, well, I already have those. So he's like, you have? And Eugene is like, we're not about to talk about this right now. She wants to know all about it, and the boys are disgusted. Eugene and the son are like, girl, if you don't sit down somewhere Eugene is like, Toya, stop. You're being weird. He in a confessional, like, even at my big grown age, being married with 2 kids, if my mama said something about me having sex, I'll be like, I don't be doing that, mama. What you talking about? I don't be doing that. I think it's weird that a boy will be talking to his mama about his wet dreams. I said, are you forgetting Toya's upbringing? She already told us that her daddy was like a serial cheater, so much so that he would have these women swearing that they was in love, swearing that he was in love, pictures all up over the house just for Toya to be helping him change the pictures in the frame when the next lady come over. I said, I wondered if he had a name written on the back to help Brenda, and he just had 5 pictures behind Brenda. Toya went to go change them pictures out when Brenda left and such was coming over. I said, baby, that is cold-blooded. And the fact that he had his child involved in his cheating escapades, you can just imagine the conversations that they have had over the years. So Toya feels extremely comfortable talking to her dad about sex and everything. So she wants the same for her children. A lot of people find it weird. A lot of people have so many opinions about it, but I don't mind it. Like, you have to be that person. Yeah, your children are going to feel some type of way. They're going to feel weird coming to you to have these conversations. But better to have those lines of communication open than closed. Period. And I will stand on that. Because some people like, if this was the other way around, if this was a male parent, people be like, he's being a perv. And I was like, y'all cannot be serious that this lady is being invasive on her children's life that makes her a perv because she wants to know about. She's weird, don't get me wrong, but that's you asking your child about their experiences. It's weird, but that don't make her a perv. It just makes her invasive. It makes her a nosy ass mom. Like, relax. So nextly we see Dr. Simone and Cecil go to help their boys clean their apartment. They teaching them. They trying to teach the boys to clean. These kids is like 21 and 23 and 25. These kids is grown. So you talking about you finna teach them to clean? That's already a parenting fail. And I say that lightly. I don't mean that like y'all failed as parents, because your kids is out here in college, not on drugs, being responsible for the most part. So it's not a fail, but your kids don't know how to clean. That's a problem. They going over to clean this nasty apartment, and them kids is not there. They were supposed to be there so that they can teach them. But I mean, were they really? Because they just sitting here talking about quads. It's given that y'all wanted to be alone to have these conversations anyway. So they're talking about Quad and how she didn't tell the ladies that she had a boyfriend until now. She said she's been dating him a year, see. So no, she was like, so you know how people do like a gender reveal, like a baby reveal? She was like, what? Well, Quad did a boyfriend reveal. He was like, oh, okay. I think he already knew about that boyfriend. He probably already done talked to that man. Because Quad gives me, let big bro screen you. And as far as we can see, Cecil is big bro. So if he's still keeping in contact enough with her to hit her up to invite her to the Whitney, I feel like they're in enough contact to where he done had a man-to-man conversation with King in regards to Quad. So he does not seem surprised. He tells her, well, like, damn, she told you about him now. Maybe if you chill, she'll bring him around. And I'm like, thank you, Cecil. Somebody said, y'all give her a hard time when she's single and around a group because it's this single lady around your husband. But then she does finally reveal that she has a boyfriend and y'all still giving her a hard time about it. It's no pleasing a lot of these ladies. And nobody is without fault. Like, I say I have my favorites on this show, but I don't really have favorites when it's like the grand scheme of things. I have my favorites when it comes to like who moves the story along, who's gonna get stuff going. But as far as like, oh, that's my favorite, she look like she'll be fun to hang out with, that's my friend in my head, Not necessarily. I mean, you know, they all seem like they'll be cool to a certain extent to hang out with. Some more than others, but it ain't like no, oh, like that one is my girl. Like I want to hang with her. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. He understands Quad's hesitation about telling the girls about the man and bringing them around, and they flash back to when everybody was questioning Scott. I said, now that was petty of them to flash back to, because they were questioning Scott because he thought it was funny to have a side chick. Telling her, oh, no, the kids told Contessa, we asked Siri to call Dr. Scott's girlfriend, and it started calling somebody, and it wasn't you, Mama. And he just sitting there like, Dad's got a girlfriend, Dad's got a girlfriend. And there he's just like, that's why they was questioning Scott. If let's see, who would be an example? They wouldn't have one in this group because everybody been long time married, so it wouldn't have no example of questioning for intentions because everybody is married on this show. But they finish cleaning they boys' little nasty apartment, so they make an itemized bill for their services, and they say, okay, y'all gonna owe us $400. Write it down, leave it on the table. She sees a speaker like, how much you think this costs? This look kind of expensive. He said, yeah, that's about $400. I bought that for them for Christmas. She said, okay, bet. And so she took the speaker as collateral until they pay for the cleaning. I said, girl, go and make that speaker a home. That's y'all speaker now. If that's how it's gonna be, just start taking some every time. Take some Jordans or something. See, just be taking something every time y'all have to come clean their house if they're not gonna pay for it. This in general was like a very controversial and triggering type of scene for a lot of people, because a lot of people feel like you're raising bums. Like your kids, not only are they not cleaning up, but they don't know how to clean up, and then you have to go over there to clean up. Not even go over there to make them clean up. You have to go clean up for them. Everybody was like, y'all are raising somebody's headache. Those they gonna be headaches one day. They don't clean up after themselves and da 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 da. Like I said, a very polarizing scene. I think, yeah, it's kind of crazy that them being as big as they is, that they don't know how to clean up. Next, we see Phaedra goes to Contessa's house, and she got this little dinner spread, little lunch spread out. Contessa, y'all know I be calling Contessa Connie for short. I hope she don't like cuss me out for that. It's just quicker to say. Connie is in there looking like she practicing for her shows. She got on a mini dress and some heels, and I'm just like, okay. They talk about T being triggered by Heavenly, and she can relate. Heavenly has triggered her on multiple occasions. She's in the confessional, and producers are asking her questions. They show Heavenly's YouTube where Contessa claims that Heavenly is the worst person in the world. In the world, Day. In the world. It be stuff like that that makes Contessa annoying. I get that, you know, we're watching this show and she means that in the context of people that she may know personally, maybe. But for her to say Heavenly is the worst person in the world, far from it, boo. Far from it. There are people that harm children, but you think that Heavenly is the worst person in the world because she tries to hold you accountable for the way that you presented your husband to us? The deflection is so real. And I get that you would not want for your close friends to get on YouTube and even comment on your relationship, period. But when you're on a reality TV show, all of these ladies will comment on you, whether they go on Watch What Happens Live and somebody asks them a question, whether they on Twitter and they just got time today, whether they on YouTube. They're gonna have comments, especially when you appeared on screen crying every other episode, telling us how Scott is stunting your growth. Basically, you're not happy there. Every time we turn around, you're making these drastic decisions. First, you quit your job to be close to the kids, then you go back part-time, and then you said, wait, I want to get my master's of public health degree. I'm gonna move to Nashville and leave you with the 3 kids for the majority of the week so I can get this because I want to be Surgeon General and da-da-da. It's like she is setting up what she wants her life to be after Scott, and she has no regards for him while she's going through it. So it's really interesting that she hangs on so tight. And like I said, I know a lot of people try to stay for the kids or stay for the sake of. I'm gonna stop saying people stay for the kids. People stay for their status in the kids' life. They find it convenient to be in the same home with the children. I don't have to call. I don't have to come pick you up on the weekends. I don't have to come up with the schedule. The courts don't have to get involved. It's not even that they're staying for the kids, they're staying for their proximity to the kids. In so many ways, I get it. I do. But I think at some point an honest conversation needs to happen with the children, so you don't give them this crazy little warped view of what relationships are going to be. Okay, tell them you see what love is. It might not be this, but you strive to have love in your life, not just somebody that is complacent with you. These are the conversations people need to have with their children when they just be staying in these loveless marriages. Okay, let your children know this ain't the goal. This ain't what we striving for. So Sweet Tea ends up getting there, and Phaedra said it's giving Walona from Good Times. Phaedra is so shady. She was like, oh, because I'm looking psychedelic. Yeah, girl, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Tisha says that, she can't be fooling with Heavenly while she's trying to get pregnant because this group be stressing her out and she's trying to get pregnant. And I'm like, you can always leave. I don't think we'll miss you much. I don't think anybody really asked you to be here. You can always leave. They talk about Quad getting a new man, and he is like, oh, I'm good. I'm glad for her. I'm glad she finally moved on. Girl, if Quad never moved on, you wouldn't have been able to move in. So that's the part where it's like, Tisha, you seem like you a sweet girl overall, but this hard on you got to try to like diss Quad whenever you can. It's just so played and tired. Like, you came on her show, moved into her old home, married her ex-husband, trying to steal her life and kick her out of it. It's like you thought that you were about to replace her. So once you realize you weren't replacing her, they're bringing you in addition to, it's like you've been lied to, and now you're going to be upset about it. I'm glad she finally moved on. Girl, you wouldn't have been able to move in if she didn't move on. It's just like, these are the parts of Letitia where it's like, ooh, some people be liking you, but this is the parts that make you unlikable. Because why are you talking crazy about that lady? They talk about Quad, say that. She will also say, I hope that he's got a lot of money because that's what seems to be important to her. I said you would know because that was what was important to you. Okay, that's nice. This is nice. I got a little access to the money. Okay, so the lady said, let's go on a trip. We just need to have a trip and relax, okay? Yeah, let's do a Cowboy Carter trip. Let's go glamping. We're gonna be cowgirls. I said, okay, cool. Cute or whatever. We see Heavenly's son. They in the office. He's interning. She's like, this is her baby boy, so the middle child, Zach. Remember, she has an older son that does not really like to film. We've only seen him a handful of times. And Alora, Cameron loves her. She was like, some of your children be a little different than the others. They need a little more help. And you can kind of tell because he seems like Heavenly helps him with everything from the way they are in this office. He's practicing introducing himself and like being like basically the dentist tech. He's coming in there to ask the questions, bib them up. Dentist will be in a minute, okay? So he didn't put the gloves on before he tried to put the bib on, and Heavenly was like creeping around the corner. You're supposed to put the stuff on first. He was like, oh, okay, well, let's start over. And completely starts over, introducing himself, walking in the room and everything. This go round, he can't get the gloves on his hand. He is over there struggling. Heavenly was like, listen, baby, use these gloves. Those gloves too hard to put on. We only use them if they have a latex allergy, okay? Use these if not. He's like, okay, mommy. All right, mommy. She's like, Dr. Combs. That's Dr. Combs to you. All right, mommy. Dr. Combs. Okay, mommy. Dr. Combs. It was cute because although he seems very sheltered and like Heavenly might do everything for him, he went to college, he graduated from college, and he is now into dental school. We saw her post about his white coat ceremony. I believe he is at Meharry. So she's picking on him, saying that, you know, he might be the one that need a little more help. But even in that, he's choosing to follow mommy and daddy's footsteps, be in the medical field, going to Meharry. So good thing there. She said Alora claims she wants to be a dentist too, but she don't be working. She don't want to work, so she don't know what that girl gonna do. Also on Heavenly's YouTube, she mentioned that Phaedra told her, like, your children are doing wonderful things. They need to highlight your kids more. You need to make them. And so look at Phaedra's influence. She gonna make them show her babies, and I ain't mad at that. She said that's why she can never bad talk Heavenly. I mean, yes, she can never bad talk Phaedra because she did give them some gems, spill some tea, things of that nature. Everyone gets their invite to the trip, and they're confused that it's Contessa, Phaedra, and Tisha hosting it. Alora said, "Oh, girl, are your friends?" Alora messy. She said, "Are they gonna tie me down like a cow and beat my ass?" I said, "They probably will, Heavenly. You need to stop messing with them." Toya is like, oh, dang, I'm going to be putting out fires with all of these beefs. Was it Quad and Tisha, Quad and Simone, Heavenly and Letitia? It was like hella beefs. They did a little diagram putting everybody together. It had me cracking up. So Dr. Simone knows that she owes Quad an apology for bringing up her family, but she says she is not apologizing about Napa. We see Phaedra and Apollo. He's picking up the boys because this trip is going to be 5 days. And it's sounding like this is the longest that he's ever had these children. She's like, are you going to be okay? We're going to be gone for 5 days. You going to be okay? I said, oh, you never had your children for more than 5 days. And I'm sure Phaedra has been on a work trip or two where them kids didn't go. And I guess they must have stayed with her mama because he ain't kept them kids for no 5 days or more. They're in the driveway because she still does not allow him or his bad energy into her home. Apparently Toya saw him out and she started questioning him about his relationship because this is the time where they were saying that he was cheating on his now wife, and she was asking him about the whole cheating scandal and asked if he was gonna get back with Phaedra. I said, tacky Toya strikes again. And it's crazy because she mentions it to Phaedra. We see like a little side scene where she talks to Phaedra about it as if this is a key. Phaedra was just like, girl, what? And so production is like, are you being messy? She was like, no, I'm not being messy. But Phaedra is really guarded and I'm trying to get some of her tea. I'm trying to get her secrets out of her. So you're being messy. And so as she's walking in the house, she's telling Apollo, like, yeah, one of the babies, he's got some type of allergies. His EpiPen in there. Do you know how to use it? He was like, oh, I can just YouTube it. She was like, boy, he'll be dead by the end. But I'm like, not you don't even know how to use your children's EpiPen. Child, he do not be picking no boys up. He do not be sending them children. That's not funny, but dang, that's it. Sweet Tea is in there making smoothies. She's on the phone with her sister. Her sister is pregnant again. I said, dang, that has to be hard for her going through this fertility journey that she's going through and knowing that your twin sister is just getting pregnant and popping them out, no problem. It really makes you, think. I'm sure she's got a lot going on in her mind right now. Greg says in the confessional that he feels the pressure with T's sister being pregnant and, they're just ready to have a baby. But he knows that if Letitia had to stand on one leg and eat crickets, she would do whatever she needed to do to have a baby. He walks over there to have this conversation with her. He's like, where are the coasters? We look like savages. She tells him that she's been going to this pain clinic for the pain of the surgery to have the fibroids removed. And she has to get prepared for the IVF as well. She asked him how long do they plan to try for a baby? What would be your cutoff time? He said 2 years. 2 years and he's done. I said done with trying to have a baby or done with her? Like, you have to be more specific. Like, huh? She is spooked and she starts crying. He's like, I'm just looking at my timeline and how my schedule is and this and that, like 2 years. And it's putting a lot of pressure on her because they have been trying and they just have not been getting pregnant. Although she's not quite classified as infertile yet because it hasn't been a year of them trying. So he's just like, it just depends on how badly do we want a child. Some people want a child badly enough to adopt. Do we want a child that badly? And I can appreciate him saying that because it lends more so to the fact of he don't want to be putting the pressure on them physically to have a child. But if it comes down to a year and a half pass of y'all not getting it the regular way, that he is willing to apply for adoption or something. So that's at least good to hear that he's not so stringent on all that baby need my DNA, even if I gotta put my sperm in somebody else and mix it with their eggs to have a baby. That's how we gonna have a baby. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of what I was expecting out of Dr. G. I thought Dr. G would be like, nah, I'm gonna have a baby. It might not be your eggs or your body, but I'm gonna have a baby and you gonna take care of it. That's what I thought. Lastly, we see Jack is not feeling this cowgirl glamping trip, y'all. Eugene is in there trying to make Toya cut them jeans up all the way to some coochie cutters. She's like, you gotta start off long and then work your way up. He like, no, just cut them right there. I said, Eugene, you're not even gonna be on this trip to enjoy her in them shorts while you're trying to get her to cut them so short. We see Phaedra lets Heavenly know that Contessa is mad at you. She thought that was cool because why you still holding on to beef from years ago? Contessa gonna get on my nerves this season. I already know it because the fact that she coming in with this beef. Heavenly's the worst person in the world. Why would she talk about my marriage? She that my husband was abusive because you said it. She was repeating after you. And if you really want to get down to it, even though she was doing too much on speaking on your marriage on her YouTube, she went super duper light on you. So you need a reality check because you put your husband out. Anywho. Simone tells her that Contessa wants Hev and Tisha to be on better terms before trying to fix their relationship. Heavenly is like, well, what does she have to do with me and Tisha? Exactly. I can't stand on these reality shows where people find somebody to hitch their wagon to. We're like, well, we both don't like you, so I ain't gonna talk to you unless you talk to her, and then if y'all fix it, then I'll fix it. You a grown woman. Stand on your own too, okay? It's pathetic. Jackie, they on the plane or they getting on the plane. Jackie tells Toya, oh, I almost wore that same outfit. Toya says, yeah, you should have. We would have looked like mother and daughter. We would have looked like mother and daughter. Baby, when I say I screamed. Because low-key, no, I don't think they that far apart. Now y'all finna have me looking. Y'all finna have me looking at them. She said we would look like mother-daughter. Dr. Jackie, age. Dr. Jackie is 66. And Toya is 48. So technically she is old enough to be her teenage mom. We would have looked like mother-daughter. Toya ain't right. So Jackie, Heavenly, Quiet, and Toya are in the car together. The other ladies are in the other car. And they said, we're going to pray that we have a good trip. Despite all the beefs, that, you know, the emotional intelligence will soar and we will do this. And, you know, and it flashes to all the fights that's going to happen on this trip. I said, they so petty for that. We finna be in for a ride because it look like it's gonna be a hot mess. But y'all, that is all I got. I am like 29 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay. Right at 30 minutes. Like the video, thumbs up me baby. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment and let me know what you think about this season so far. What y'all think about Sweet Tea? Do y'all like her? Or is she just grating? I feel like sometimes she has a grating personality. Sometimes she seems like she could be decent though. But that's it. Y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.